Alright guys, Papa Pepper here again. This is going to be video 8 in my advice series. And, I'm not just trying to think of things that you guys could do to have better success here. I'm also trying to reflect on my career on Steemit, the time I've invested, the success that I've had, and, again, I can't reproduce my success. I can't really even take credit for it because it's not my upvotes, that are getting me to the point that I am as far as payouts or reputation or anything. That's based on other people. Howsoever, I think that certain things have happened in my time on Steemit that have made it where those upvotes have come. So part of what I'm doing as well is just reflecting on my time, my career, my history here, and kind of pinpointing specific points in time and things that have happened, and then trying to encourage you guys to perhaps see if there's any way you can fit that into what you're up to. Now, one thing that that's happened over time is now there's notifications. If somebody mentions you in a post, you can get a notification of that, and that didn't used to happen. So I'm not even sure how many times I've been mentioned, in my past 10 months here on Steemit, but I do know that it's quite a bit. And a lot of times I'll just stumble on posts. I remember once I went to my feed and I looked at my post, and out of 4 posts in my feed, and this is months ago, 3 of them mentioned me, and I'm like, wow, this is a lot of free publicity I'm getting here. So one thing is, anytime another user mentions you, it's really like free publicity for you. Given my current kind of amount of following and other things, I've been trying to be more conscientious of periodically mentioning other people. When Matthew T.I.I. came back, I did just a post on it a while ago. Saw some different stuff. I was using sharing about comments and the importance of announcing your arrival to Steemit through using comments, and I use Sandstorm as a example, and I see these different people out there, and periodically I'll name drop. I'll give them some free publicity, a little ad, so to say, a hyperlink where somebody can be like, oh, well, Papa Pepper mentioned this guy, let's click on that and see what goes on. So one thing that you guys should be thinking about is there a way that you can get other people to mention you? I'm going to give you a couple quick examples here. One thing is, every time Verbal D makes a post right now, you're going to see my name twice. First of all, I made him that little GIF. Oops, clicked on something. But this little GIF here at the bottom, little signature, it says follow and upvote. It says Verbal D. It's moving, it's flashing, it's got a Steemit mic. And every time right at the bottom it says my very own wonderful GIF logo provided to me by the generous and kind-hearted Papa Pepper. And it says it every time. And then also, Verbal D is trying to raise enough money to take his family, who's over in Germany, I believe, and his wife, Happy Harmony May, and their 2 children, and get them back over to California for a minute so that they can meet their grandparents. So he's trying to raise money for that. He's about a third of the way there, it looks. But there's a special thanks to everyone who's donated to him at the end of his posts, right there. So you see that Full-Time Geek, Papa Pepper, Scammy Spambot, Proofarchy, Trevor George, Dreamit, Infinite, Hope Hugs, and so on down the list. All those people are mentioned because they've all donated to him. Now, Verbal D is an outstanding member of the community. He's been up to a lot of stuff. He's a great lyricist and enters a lot of stuff in the open mic competition. He does a lot of poetry. He does a lot of the collaborative art projects with Everlove. He's a follower of Jesus Christ, and he's trying to get just the funds through his Steemit connections to to take a trip for his kids to meet their grandparents. If you donate to that, I bet you get on that list, and I bet that every time Verbal D makes a post, not only will he mention Papa Pepper twice, he'll mention you once. Another one, Dave K.S. out of Saskatchewan, Canada. Now this guy is a great example of if you really just want to stick to one thing. The guy's a photographer. He enjoys taking photos, and for a very long time now, that's all he's been doing is just taking photos. I'm not sure if I've really ever seen another post. And when he first came out, I gave him some advice on tags. And when he first came out, I kind of suggested, just give us a tiny bit more. I mean, that's a great photo there, by the way. Looks like one of his kids with a chipmunk. But every time you get to the end of his posts, you see I did his name in peppers, and I made him this little logo. Follow Dave KS. So every time you get to the end, he says, "Thanks, Papa Pepper." Every single time he makes a post, which is about 4 times a day, you see "Thanks, Papa Pepper." Again, same thing, Steemian Anarchy. Every time you see Steemian Anarchy make a post, you're going to find something as well. You're going to find a logo that I made. At the end, it's another nice smooth one. I mean, that's some of my finer work as far as making GIFs for people. But every time it says Shining Steemian Anarchy logo made by Papa Pepper. Every time, or a majority of the time that Steemian Anarchy makes a post, you're going to see my name drop there, and you're going to find that pretty cool logo. So, one thing you can do, and I used to do it kind of more frequently, is when people joined in or when I noticed somebody who was active who didn't really have a logo, I would go with my Microsoft Paint, and I would sit there and just create something for them. No strings attached, and just say, "Hey, welcome, here's this. If you would like it, to use it, you can just right-click on it, copy and paste it at the end of your post, and then you have a signature." I'm not a graphic design person. I don't really have real programs. I have Paint, kind of like Cly uses. So, all I did was just say, "Hey, here's something." But I would take a little bit of my time. I'd make a gift for them. For a long time, a woman on the wing had one that I made, and it was pretty poor. But she's been able to have somebody else make a wonderful logo out of it, based on the initial concept that I had. So that's cool. And even this, not a single one of those persons, Verbal D, Steemian Anarchy, Dave KS, not a single one of them ever has to mention me. There was no strings attached. However, they chose to. And every time they make a post, right at the end, they give me a little bit of credit. My tongue, or my name is on their lips, on their tongue. Another thing you may want to consider, because maybe that's not the route you want to go. Maybe you're not really a gift giver. Maybe you don't like to do anything with making stuff in paint or stuff like that. But I just started season 5 of my Wild and Strange contest. Now to enter my contest, which I'm giving away 50 Steem to the winning photo, all you gotta do is take a photo, put it as put it in the reply section there, and I'll pick a winner at the end of the week, and then we'll turn that into some artwork. We'll turn the artwork into a meme. We'll turn the meme into a poem, and then we'll turn that poetry into a song. It's pretty fun. Had a lot of entry and interaction, but to enter that contest, all you gotta do is make a reply. However, I give people the option that if they want to do a post, they can. So time and time again, you'll see people entry for Papa Pepper's Wild and Strange contest. Papa Pepper's Wild and Strange contest. I've done some other ones in the past, and they're always, "Oh, Papa Pepper, Papa Pepper, Papa Pepper," time and time again. Another thing you may want to think about, maybe you don't have the Steam, the SPD, the resources to run a contest. Maybe you're not really into giving gifts or making little pieces of artwork. But one thing you could do is, how about make some serious comments? How about make some inspirational posts? I just read a post. I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. But when you sit there and invest with some solid stuff in this community, it resonates with people. And people are like, "Hey, I just read this great post from Papa Pepper. Hey, I just found this or this." And time again, they'll mention you in their own posts. Now, here's an example. Now, this guy, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Probably Singmangesta. I'll try to blow that up quick. Okay. Where's the username? Sing Mangesta. Okay. He read something. I mean, this guy is new. He joined in May. I didn't even follow him yet. Following him now. Follower number 34. But he was listening to one of my videos in this series. And I made the comment that nobody really paid me anything before, ever, for anything I've done like this. Steemit is. And it reminded him of a letter that Harry Brown originally wrote on Christmas Day of 1966 to his 9-year-old daughter at the time. I just read through this with my wife, Mama Pepper. But the first thing he says is, a recent post from Papa Pepper prompted me. Then he says at the 8-minute and 10-second mark of Papa Pepper's video. Then he links my post. Then he thanks Susie's Corner for encouraging Papa Pepper to make the video series. And he heads through and, he closes. He says, if you take to heart what Harry has conveyed in this letter, which is pretty much no one owes you anything, and combine it with what Papa Pepper states, he mentions me again, that nobody ever paid me before. Not entitled. There's no guarantee of anything here. There's an opportunity, but nobody owes me anything. That's at least 4 times he mentioned me there, with the link, plus the link. So all I did was make a video like this. I stated some truth, but it resonated with this man. It reminded him of something that the Libertarian Party candidate in the 1996 and 2000 presidential elections had wrote to his daughter back in 1966. And he combined those 2 things, put them in a post just to encourage others and kind of lay that out. As you create posts that touch people, help people, bless people, as you read their posts and you comment on them in a way that touches them, or just open up, share that type of stuff. I see time and time again people mentioning my name. Now the question is, I've got a ton of followers. I've got a lot of support in this community. I've got a high rep. I've got a lot going on here that's very positive. So they're mentioning my name. But what about your name? Let's get them to mention your name. I just mentioned a few people. Verbal D, Dave KS, Steemian Anarchy, others, Susie's Corner. I could mention you guys too, but what are you doing? Get out there, interact with others. If you can, give some gifts. I've mailed people I don't even know how much stuff. Garden seeds. I've mailed people t-shirts. I've mailed people, all sorts of stuff. Since I've joined Steemit, plants and things. Fresh produce out of my garden. I mailed people peppers, and then I see posts like the one that Seven Wilson had a bit ago saying, hey, Papa Pepper mailed me a scorpion pepper, the worst 14 hours of my life, here we go. Interact with one another, get out there, be real, and without forcing anyone, without begging anyone, without saying, would you please, just interact, see what happens, and perhaps we'll start seeing people mentioning you a lot more too. Like I said, I've been blessed. I'm not sure how it always happens. I can see a few things. I gave these gifts to people. Now every single post, they've got my name on it. I've run some contests, and now people say, hey, this is my entry for the contest, or here's my thoughts about being in this contest. And they always say Papa Pepper's contest. Just some thoughts. I've got some more stuff for you guys tomorrow. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully it provides some food for thought. Again, giving away Steam, mailing things to strangers, giving people gifts, running contests. That's not for everyone. I understand that. But making posts and making comments, you really can't be a content creator on Steemit without it. You could be a whale, you could be a curator, you could be other things, but you can't really be a content creator without that. And I think that a content creator is a lot of the roles that we're going to find ourselves playing. It's my main role. I'm not a curator, I'm not these other things. I'm a content creator. And I've done pretty well with it, and I want to encourage you guys to do the same. So pop out, have a good day, and thanks for watching once again.